Thank y'all for listening to the Southern Style Podcast. We appreciate y'all being here. I'm Michael Lee.
And this is Rick Henderson.
Here the hell we go. There's a 98% chance we do not have it together. Kind of like tornadoes hitting trailer park. There's a 98% chance that's happening.
That's a Southern thing, guys.
The Southern is cornbread and biscuits.
Kyrgyzstan, like, the places that you kind of essentially...
Can you spell that?
Absolutely not.
I didn't think so.
Don't forget, we're from the South.
What?
cut off the chicken tongue.
Could you imagine walking you in here and have a damn 8-foot chicken in the corner?
I was thinking about putting him in the front yard.
This train wreck of a saga.
Yes. All right, here we go. Episode 3.
From Rick's
count.
From Rick's Body Shop and Bait Shop.
Rick's Body Shop Plus, presented by. That's our plug for the day.
Yeah, we did that backwards then.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Southern Style Podcast, Episode 3, brought to you by Rick's Body Shop and Bait Farm.
Bait Farm?
Bait Farm.
Bait Farm.
You dig them, we'll wiggle them.
Well, here we are, number 3.
That's right.
We've successfully did 1 and 2, so now we do 3.
I don't know about the successful part, but we did them. It's a train wreck and
train wreck of a saga.
You know how train wrecks, everybody talks about, oh, it's like, you can't look away, it's like a train wreck. Well, I've never seen a train wreck, ever. I mean, I've seen some on the news, but I've not seen like, oh my gosh, the train's wrecking.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, that's kind of one of those things that when it goes down, you're probably going to look.
I don't want to be there.
I don't want to either, but that's one of the things that's like, I can't look away.
But I mean, like, who's the person that said, oh, that's like watching a train wreck? Like, I want to meet that person to see what actually happened.
You know what? I think that just sparked some interest in this episode.
No,
what we're going to talk about.
No, that's not even what we're talking about. No.
Southern slangs.
Oh, no, that's like a train wreck's like everywhere.
Oh, that's a northern thing too?
Yeah, that's everywhere.
Worldwide?
Yeah.
They got trains in.
No, we got something way better to talk about now.
Well, what we got?
Grits.
Yeah. Girls raised in the South?
There's 2 types of grits. There's eating grits, and then there's the female grits.
Guess what I had this morning?
Tacos.
Grits. I had Subway.
That's shocking. Rick loves those $5 footlongs. Just saying.
So grits, eh?
Yeah.
Southern as it gets. Grits.
Yeah. Girls raised in the South. That's and Brantley actually wrote a song about that.
Yeah.
He will not sing that song anymore, though.
He don't like it no more?
He said he will not sing that song anymore.
You know, I wonder if sometimes I think about artists and like songs that they started out with, like say somebody's famous for 10 years, 20 years. I mean, Brantley's been in the business for a long time. Like he's been famous. He's hung tough in there. But like songs that he sang younger, in his early days, if like, man, I wish I would have sang that song. I wish I would have come out with that song. I wonder if they look back and they say, I'm sure, better now. I'm
sure there's some that you look back and go, what was I thinking? Or maybe I wasn't thinking back then. But with that being said, unless it's one of those that make you a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of like some of those corny country songs that people sang over the years. They've made them a lot of money, but they're so corny.
I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Like Toby Keith. They were sitting around one day and he's like, I can make a number 1 out of anything. And they're like, write a song about that red Solo cup. Boom.
Here, hold my beer.
Everybody in the freaking bars, red Solo cup. Oh. I mean, I hate the song, but people.
That's the bar anthem. That's
one of them. I mean, it's just like you just made chicken salad out of chicken crap.
Yeah.
Just that easy.
He just had the golden finger.
Or that's just how it showed you how jacked up country music is.
Yeah. How stupid sometimes
it gets. Name another dumb song.
I don't really like the whole tractor. What is it called? Take a ride in my tractor or whatever. I don't know. Take another ride in my big green tractor.
Yeah, Rick likes the classical. Yeah, he sticks with the stuff that's been tried and true for hundreds of years, like Beethoven and Bach and things like that.
Can't go wrong.
Here at Rick's Body Shop and Classical Music Emporium.
You can't go wrong with those.
But think about it. Grits is its own food group.
Yeah. Grinded up corn.
Yeah, I mean, for the people that don't know what grits are,
I've been to a lot of places that people don't know what grits
Well,
are.
probably half the country.
Yeah.
If you get, I don't even know where the line is, but you go far enough north, they're like, we don't have those.
Yeah. Oh, I've been there, done that.
So I'm saying, like, so grits and gravy, actually. There's a whole food pyramid of just Southern food.
Well, you just taught me something. Gravy is not worldwide.
No, well, I mean, it is, but it's not. Like, our gravy and northern gravy is different.
So they got the brown, real thin gravy.
Possibly.
Yeah. And, like, okay, can you make gravy? Good gravy?
Can I make gravy?
Yeah. Are you a meemaw?
No, I'm not, obviously. I have a penis, Rick. I know in today's world, it's subjective, but I am not a meemaw.
So is that another thing for the meemaw? Is gravy?
I don't know.
Gravy tactics?
It's a baking skill.
Yeah.
I think meemaws are just baked. Like, if you want something baked, handmade, meemaw.
Meemaw's got you covered.
Oven, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, we're gonna get on a whole nother tangent of food, because when you talking about grandmas and foods, and you've got just open Pandora's box.
Yeah. Well, grits and gravy. That's our topic for today.
Well, grits are ground up corn, and for those that, I know a lot of people don't like grits, but think about the evolution of grits.
Is there an evolution?
You think about it. There's cheese grits.
Oh,
right.
The spinoff.
Shrimp and grits.
Oh, now I love shrimp and grits.
That's what I'm saying. You're taking a grit, like My Cousin Benny. You remember that movie? What is it? What exactly is a grit?
A grit. What is a grit?
Oh, a grit. Somebody's fired. I just heard a phone ring.
Yeah, I just asked him.
Dang it.
He got 3 phones over there.
Well, that was a bat phone. It's Commissioner Gordon. But you think about grit, like, I know people that put sugar in their grits.
I've ate it like that.
It's not my favorite thing.
I put grape jelly in mine sometimes.
I'm just a butter and salt kind of guy.
Well, it's hard to beat.
Just, but I will say one thing. Nobody very much can eat grits plain.
I don't know why you'd want to.
With no seasoning added, except a deer.
For carb gain.
But why would you want? You couldn't taste it. Like, you taste that grits are very untasty.
So would you say that they're just a filler for the butter and the salt?
Exactly, they're a medium. Grits are mediums for breakfast and other dishes. Because you think about this. If you take out the shrimp, you don't have shrimp and grits.
Right.
If you take out gravy, grits are blah.
Yeah.
You take out butter, salt, sugar, grape jelly, whatever. Most people use the grits as the binder.
Yeah.
If you're going to make breakfast in a cup, your base is grits.
Yeah.
And then you throw eggs and sausage and potatoes or
it's the filler.
Browns.
Exactly. It's the filler. Yeah.
We have established that grits are the filler of the breakfast world.
Yeah. They're like the palmetto berry for medicine. Did you know that?
Palmetto berry.
Yes.
Nobody knows that, Rick.
Okay. Well, that's the
Nobody's
filler.
ever heard of that.
So when you take a pill, like a Tylenol or something like that, the active ingredient's only like 5 or 10% of that pill. The rest of that pill, what you're inhaling, putting down your throat, is a palmetto berry refined to make that.
Where do these palmetto berries come from?
From the South.
But what are they? Like, how do they harvest a palmetto berry?
So a lot of it's not like a cultivated thing. So it's more of like, just go out in the woods, pick a bunch of palmetto berries. Honestly, it's kind of funny you say this. I have an uncle that owns a big import-export refinery kind of business up in Virginia, and they purchase all the raw materials of all kind of things, spices, herbs, medicinal, all that kind of stuff, and they refine it. But the palmetto berry, he's always asked me about, hey, why don't you get into the palmetto berry business? Go pick palmetto berries, sell them to me. And honestly, they bring big money. really big money. But down in Florida,
do you literally go through the woods and hand pick these things?
There is people.
So you're telling me there's enough people picking palmetto berries in this world to provide that to support our entire drug industry?
I guess so. Well, I'll tell you this, in the state of Florida, it's become a very, very big thing far as crime, far as people trespassing on the land. You find a lot of it illegal, like immigrants, whatever.
So we got a black market palmetto berry thing.
There is a big time black market kind of thing going on with those. But
interesting.
Yeah. So even like some South Georgia leases, like, Rayonier leases where palmetto bushes are really predominant in some of these areas. There's actually it's kind of like mineral rights, so
you got berry rights.
You got kind of a berry right. Absolutely. So when you sign a lease, so if you were on a hunting lease,
I've never heard of such in my life.
Really?
I lived down here the whole time. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Never.
That's it.
Never.
That's why it's so, when if you like get a pill hung up in the back of your throat and it's like really sour, like it's kind of like a persimmon, a palmetto berry. If you bust a palmetto berry up, you stick it in your tongue. Is it
any pill or is it capsules?
Now, as far as like where the line's drawn and what they use for what, but I think basically, and maybe, I can talk to my uncle and say, hey, man, how many pills? Are they all of them? Are they some of them? But, that active ingredient is like just a very minute part of that pill.
I'm going to look on every medicine and medicine cabinet and see if I can find.
It's a refined palmetto berry.
I want to see this. I'm Googling. Y'all carry on. I'm Googling this shit.
Jason, what's our topic for today? We're talking about how you like your grits.
Yeah. Thanks for messing my grit topic up, Rick. That's cool.
But that's really a southern thing because palmetto berries don't really grow. Think about where palmetto berries grow. Palmetto bushes.
Dude, I can get on Amazon and buy a whole bag of palmetto berries for like $28.
Yeah, that's a bag. Once you refine that and it's dried, is that refined, dried?
The berry is currently used in supplements to improve prostate health, balance hormone levels, and prevent hair loss in men.
See, it's even good for things.
Why is picking saw palmetto berries illegal?
Because it's big business.
It's a commercially exploited plant.
Dude, I have got a lot of friends in this area in South Georgia.
It's illegal. They're breaking the law.
Oh, it's very illegal.
Gangsters.
But you get permission from landowners and you can do it. I've got buddies that make thousands of dollars on a weekend just going and picking berries.
No.
But I'm not going to pick a berry because you know what lives up under a palmetto berry bush?
Rattlesnakes.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people. That's what started the whole Florida problematic part of it was that these illegals and even people just like my friends going out picking them, they were getting bit. And I know of several cases that the people died. Well, then there's the landowner in trouble because, why are they on your land?
Heck with that. Sign a waiver, bro. You're coming on my dirt. Here's your waiver. You die is your problem.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But,
speaking of snakes, I got a snake story right quick.
Okay.
So we were down at my couple of friends of ours' house in St. George Island this weekend. I was helping him build a fence and stuff, and we won't even go into the whole train wreck of a weekend with him. He fell off the boat lift and hit his foot and thought he broke it. We took it to the hospital, got x-rays. He's fine. The next day we were up doing stuff.
Building a fence. Was it Trey?
No.
Oh.
So anyway, we work on his privacy fence and stuff that we're doing, and long story short, we get done. We're having a cold beer. We're sitting on the the houses, and you got to build them up off the ground and all this stuff in Florida, a lot of on the coast, and so
the hurricane can go up underneath them.
So you go under, it slides right through,
slide under,
nothing's touched. So they have your ground floor, and it's kind of like got furniture and hangout area and all this stuff, and then the next 2 floors is the house. Well, we're sitting there hanging out, we're looking at the bay and chilling. He's sitting over here to my right. And something out the corner of my eye, I see something, I look, and there's a moccasin crawling right, almost fixing to go under almost in between his feet under the chair. And we're sitting in the middle of a big concrete area patio. Like there's, Florida style woods, pine trees and palmettos, people over there gathering them and shit.
Yeah.
But this, I look over there and there's a moccasin. I'm like, bro, do not move. There's a moccasin right behind your chair. And of course, what's the first thing he does? Jumps 7 feet over there. I mean,
That's the worst thing
in
to
your
say.
mind. Like I've always been one of those. Like as soon as I seen a snake, unless you're about to step on it, I freeze. I got to evaluate the situation. I got to see if this thing's like gonna bite me or not. Like I got freeze.
I don't give him that chance.
Well, I mean,
You better be able to run faster than me.
Well, I mean, but if you're about to step on a rattlesnake, you need to jump for sure.
Yeah.
But if you're sitting there and like it's moving, you just chill. The snake figure out which way it's going, what it's doing. Analyze the situation.
Yeah.
To my first instinct, you're like, hey man, be still. I mean, I'm trying to process what this snake is doing. Of course, he jumps and, but I mean, literally, if I'm not looking over there, this snake's going to crawl right between his feet.
Yeah.
With him have no clue it's there. Like
Ain't
he was
that
just going to look
crazy?
down at his feet and there's going to be a moccasin going right between him.
I mean, do you think that, because I've realized that sometimes noise attracts snakes. Have you ever seen that?
No.
I've seen that before.
I think it
Or is
the vibration, like if I've been mowing and
snakes crawl.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that vibration and disturbance, I think. And I've had them like freaking be coiled up right by the mower and not move.
Huh.
I think 99% of the time they don't want to do anything. They don't want to
I
strike
don't think
you.
so either. Yeah.
But fight or flight kicks in,
Yeah. Well,
So
I know out of your whole lifetime of being in the woods hunting and stuff, you've never gotten bit or stepped on anything or nothing.
the closest I've ever come, my cousin and I were walking around the edge of a peanut field, and we're like looking up in the trees, like that'd be a good spot for a deer stand. And bro, at the same time, I heard a ch-ch, and we both looked down, and we were inches from stepping on a giant diamondback. And that's the only time I've ever felt myself run in the air. I don't know how I did it. I jumped off of one foot straight up in the air, and I felt my legs going, and I was not going anywhere.
Like the
And dude,
cartoon.
I hit the ground. We cut about 20 rows out across that field.
Yeah,
And,
he'll make you get gone. I've stepped on 2 cottonmouths and a rattlesnake before, and luckily, I don't know why the 2 cottonmouths didn't bite me. They opened up, they hinged back. You can see the white, and honestly, they were right at the duck. Like it was like almost dark, and I remember like stepping on a stick, what I thought was a stick, and then it turned white. I mean, so if you ever see that white, especially in, like, because hunters, we're not looking at the freaking ground.
Oh, I am.
Well, I mean, like when you're looking for a deer stand,
but I'm one of them. I walk in, I go, analyze the situation. Look up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still cautious and I do look on the ground, but like, I mean, like in that situation where, hey, this looks like a good spot and in thick stuff, whatever, it can happen so easy.
It's one of those things where I would rather not know they're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how many times have we walked through if we knew how many snakes we walked by, it'd scare us to death.
Oh yeah, you'd probably never look up.
And hunting in South Texas, we don't have rattlesnakes.
They're worse there.
It's unbelievable. There are more snakes than there are people, I think.
Mm.
Actually, that's probably a true statement in the vast majority of South Texas. There's more snakes than there are people.
Wow. So you think that they got a lot more than we do?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
But they don't have cottonmouths and stuff like that, do they?
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
So it's worse in Texas than it is here.
It's bad.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate to be like that.
There's almost as many snakes as there are illegals.
Wow. That's a lot.
Snakes.
That's a pile.
Exactly. They're flooding in.
They're slithering their way right across that wall
They're
that's
everywhere.
not built.
Yeah, they swim. They can swim too. The snakes.
They can swim
The
too.
snakes can swim too. A lot of people don't know that.
I've seen plenty of snakes swim.
I mean, I know moccasins,
Water
of course,
moccasin.
but I've seen rattlesnakes swim across. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
but what people don't understand too is pit vipers, which are what rattlesnakes and moccasins are. They float.
Yeah. So
They
they're not
swim on
gonna-
top.
Yeah.
So if you see a snake with his head up like this and his body like down in the water, and then he goes underwater, that's not a moccasin.
So it's an eel.
It's a water snake, Rick. It's a banded water snake, which looks a lot like a moccasin. They're protected. So a lot of people kill them things thinking they're moccasins. They're not.
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of them.
There's a lot of people that are like full protect snake kind of thing now.
I don't just like if I saw an oak snake outside, I'm not going to kill it.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I learned to identify them, but if it's a poisonous snake, and especially if he's in my living space,
Yeah.
he's smoked.
Yeah.
The moccasin from the weekend was dispatched
Yeah.
with my Glock.
Satan was turned into a snake and we were, beat him in the head kind of thing.
Well, I kind of look at it like my buddy sitting there, we can use a metaphor, old snake, Satan snake right there. He's always trying to get you from behind when you're not looking.
Uh-huh.
See?
Yeah.
There you go.
It's biblical.
Exactly. That's why he got. He was pushed into the graveled area of his yard, and the 9mm did the rest.
So you got him out away from the concrete. And
yeah, he's like,
him.
he said, you got a pistol? Well, that's a dumb question.
Yeah.
Right? In my truck, of course. So I go out there and I get it, and he's like, you want to shoot him? I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to shoot him on your concrete floor.
Yeah.
That's going to be really bad for everybody.
Ding, 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 ding.
You want a big hole right there in your concrete? I'll do it. I mean,
yeah. What about, so we went from grits to snakes, but I do want to talk about, what's the real pretty looking copperhead. Have you ever seen like a copperhead in person? Their eyes and the way their head is and all. I mean, they're actually a really
in my
pretty
freaking
looking
driveway.
Oh, so I was going to ask. I was like, so I've never really seen one in South Georgia. I've heard of a few here and there, but then when you go out like Kansas, we've run into them in Kansas.
Yeah. Oh, they're here. I promise you, there are a lot, but they hang around
sandy, right?
Well, I mean, rocks and woods and water. I mean, they like streams and stuff. I've seen them.
I wonder if cottonmouths are that and like rattlers and stuff. I wonder if they're eating like a bunch of them or something, because I don't ever see a whole lot of those here.
Maybe you don't have good eyes for those, Rick.
Yeah, they are camoed.
They are very camoed.
You cannot see that sucker.
So I had one, and I actually I didn't catch him by hand, but it wasn't real big, and he was in my driveway at my old house, and I just pulled up there and I was like, there's a snake. It's one of them. And I just kind of pushed him in a bucket.
Yeah.
Took him back in the woods, turned him loose. 3 days later, he's back in the same spot.
Oh, you
got
to go, buddy.
That's it, buddy. Sorry. You got your get out of jail.
2 strikes, you out. Yeah. What about eating them? Have you ever ate a rattlesnake?
Yep.
They're pretty good. The meat's like...
The meat's fine. It's just it's a pain in the butt to eat it.
It's kind of like crab legs. Well, it's like little small blue crabs.
You do all this work for a little bit of meat.
Yeah. I heard they're good with grits.
They probably are. Everything's good with grits.
Snake and grits.
Grits are binders. Remember that. I learned something from today from Rick's Body Shop was grits are binders.
What about lumps in your grits? That's like a big topic.
There's no self-respecting Southern person going to have lumpy grits. Have you not watched TV before?
Y'all know about lumps in your grits.
You know how, and I'll tell you even this. Leftover grits are good. Not to just eat like that. You can make grit cakes.
Yeah,
if
like
you have leftover grits.
Yeah.
You put them in a pan, like a flat dish pan.
Yeah.
Put them in the refrigerator, get them cold, and then you cut them.
Cut it like
and
brownies.
You put them in a frying pan.
Oh, like you're taking that to the next level.
That's how you make grit cakes, man.
What about breading it up and just going in and deep frying it?
You can.
Dude, you know what? We got a thing there.
Deep fried grits.
Deep fried
How
grits.
you going to patent deep fried grits? Yes, I would like to submit this patent. For what? Deep fried grits? Sir, you can't patent that. Well, why not? I thought of it.
I thought of that.
I fry them up every Saturday morning. My deep fried grits.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, a restaurant with deep fried grits and some fried bologna, that'd be a dang good restaurant.
I'm going to try the grits.
Well, see, and one of the best things I had was a grit cake with crawfish etouffee on top of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
It is good.
Were you in Louisiana?
Florida.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm sure it is, but, Louisiana.
I had some gumbo the other day. It was really good.
Well, did it have grits?
I don't know. What all's gumbo got in it? It's just like a...
Rick, they don't put grits in gumbo.
Okay, well, I mean, whatever they put in gumbo, it's good. Super good. It's like rice.
Yeah,
like
you can, yeah.
I guess.
You can put over rice.
See, there's another thing for our restaurant right there.
What?
Gumbo grits.
We got a restaurant now?
Yeah, we just
Rick's Body Shop and Restaurant. Come on down. Fried bologna and meat sandwiches.
Deep fried grits. That should be a thing.
Deep fried grits.
We fry everything else here in the South.
Fried Oreos. You had that before?
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Fried ice cream. Had it.
That's Mexican.
I know, but it's good. It's fried. We don't have Mexicans in the South, Rick. We had this whole thing on the last podcast. There's a record restaurant. I can see one from here. I can see a Mexican restaurant into your road.
That's been a big topic at my house, like the whole Mexican thing. Once we talked about that, I was like, you know what? We were on to something there. Like that was some inside stuff right there. There's a Mexican restaurant everywhere.
So now we're bringing things to light through the Southern Style podcast that nobody ever thinks of. You know why? Because it doesn't matter. We have the most insignificant podcast
It's
ever.
very insignificant, but when you hear it, you say,
You're like,
"Oh yeah,
wait for that. Wait, whoa, wow."
yes.
Didn't realize that. My wife talked about swords all weekend after listening to the proof in the pie. She's like, that guy. We were watching 1883. You know, it's one of the prequels to Yellowstone, like Yellowstone. The first part. So Tim McGraw's in that, and they're doing a flashback, him in the battlefield, and he's walking around like he was in a Confederate soldier, and he's a captain, so he had a sword.
Yeah,
he didn't have his sword, so there's just his little sheath, but no sword. And Beth goes, "I bet he can go to flea market and get one."
He can. He sure can.
I was like, "Well, you're right. If he can find the right fit,
all makes and models there sold."
Can you? Grits at the flea market.
I guarantee you can.
Now, I'm going to tell you another
Somebody's
thing about
going to
grits.
have breakfast in the morning.
Well, you think about this, though. Grits for breakfast. There's different types of grits. Like, you can go buy the instant grits or the Quaker grits or whatever. But then when you find, like, some really good stone ground, quote, homemade style grits, it's a whole nother level.
It's like it's got more of a, I don't know how to even say this, like more of a grainy kind of country taste to it.
It's country.
Country
Grits.
Yeah.
Rick's Country Grits coming to a Walmart near you.
And we'll deep fry them for you too.
Deep fried country grits.
Hey, so my thing was how old are grits? Like, what is the backstory on grits here in the South? I mean, I know
I have not Googled the history of grits yet, Rick. That's Jason's problem. Jason, do something, would you?
We need to know.
What year were grits invented?
And honestly, that brings me to another thing I always thought about. Like, who's the first person that picked, like, I'm using this as just an example, but picked up a portobello mushroom and said, I didn't die. Okay, everybody, we're safe. We can eat portobello
mushrooms. Who's the
mushrooms.
first person that ate something that came out of a chicken's butt?
My God, that was actually where it came from. I was cracking eggs and I said, who would ever take this that come out of this chicken's ass, crack it open, and eat it?
Have you ever? What?
Grits were invented in the 16th century by Native Americans living in Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida.
Dang, it's an
Grits are a true Southern way back thing.
Southern.
Hey, that was some country Indians. They come from country Indians.
They came from Southern Indians.
Yeah, Southern Indian.
Because the whole country had Indians, but it was the Southern Indians.
It was still a Southern thing.
Thank you.
Hey,
that's why the Northern Indians didn't develop them, so they don't have them up north. It's just a Southern Indian thing.
Yeah, we debunked that today. But
in
the
the
egg,
16th century.
Please tell me why we thought an egg would. I mean, I love eggs.
Would you literally go out there to a chicken coop?
See it come out of his butt
and go
her butt.
Look, those things are disgusting.
Oh my God, there's like
obviously they're covered in chicken shit.
It's so nasty too.
And you go wash these things off, and let me see if there's a prize inside.
Yeah. Oh, that looks so
good. Maybe they figured these out at one Easter when they were hunting eggs, and then they said, "Oh, this is the prize egg," and it had a yolk in it, and we ate it.
Yeah. Hey, that's actually kind of good. Let's keep doing this.
Rick, that was the biggest bullshit I've ever come up with. Because we all know Easter bunnies lay the eggs, not the chickens. Damn.
Oh, true. Dang.
I don't know nothing on this podcast.
You got me on that one. But like oysters, who the crap?
I can see that though, because you're like, I know there's something in that like could be good. I don't know. I'll eat about anything that comes out of the ocean.
You don't?
I do.
Oh gosh, I was going to say, poor life.
From almost anything that comes out of the ocean.
Yes.
Except for like hypodermic needles and trash. I won't eat that.
Okay, don't do that.
But other than that, I'll pretty much eat that.
Okay.
Oysters, clams, scallops, squid, sushi, sashimi, any kind of fish. I'm trying to think of something I won't eat.
I don't like
octopus. I've eaten all of it.
About the only thing, like a really, really sweet pickle, like that has like the really tart sweet. I don't really like those too much, but
Rick,
there's really not a lot that I don't eat.
Rick, we're talking about the ocean, not pickle. There's no. I ain't seen a pickle in the ocean.
Well, then, okay. Then there's nothing in the ocean I don't eat. I eat everything in the ocean.
Okay, there we go. That's where I was going with that.
I might not eat like raw eel or something crazy.
I've eaten eel.
Eyeballs and stuff out of.
Yeah, I hadn't eaten eyeballs.
I would try it one time, but it's probably not going to be something I continue. Well, I mean, that's wrapped in a lot of sushi has the seaweed wrapped around it, right? Or they call it eel skin, but it's really it's
a whole nother process there.
Yeah, man, we getting a long way from grits.
Well, I mean, we talked about food, so we're kind of subjective.
Just happens along with grits. Once you talk about grits, that's just all in a nutshell of food.
Just think about all the different things that you can put on top of grits.
Man, honestly,
I put a hamburger on top of grits. I don't care.
Yeah, I've had that.
Country fried steak on top of grits.
Well, I mean, honestly, everything breakfast wise, your grits gonna get wrapped all up in if it's on a plate.
But you can eat grits like we used to. Man, fried backstrap and grits was awesome together.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna tell you, one of the best things ever is to go catch some fresh fish, like some freaking shiners or something, fry them up and have grits.
You eat shiners?
Well, I mean, just like stump knockers and
shiners.
Yeah,
I use that for bait.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, let's throw the shiner in the water, catch a bass, and let's.
Now you're picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah.
I thought we were country.
Well, I mean, we're not starving though.
You like yellow belly catfish?
Yeah.
Okay. Does a lot of people know what yellow belly catfish are?
I don't know. I hadn't asked them.
But with that and a grit, like you take a yellow
fried
belly.
catfish and grits are good.
Exactly.
Really good. Very good.
Exactly.
Like you go to anywhere in the South, you're gonna have fried fish and grits.
So, this brings me to a good story. The other day we were at a restaurant and and I said, "Hey, can I get this platter blackened or grilled instead of fried?" And it was like oysters, shrimp, and catfish. And the girl said, "Yeah, you can get it however you want to." She said, "Do you want your catfish grilled too?" Or she said, "Do you want the catfish grilled?" And I said, "That's a good question. I don't think that I have ever ate a damn piece of catfish grilled."
I have.
You have? Mm-hmm. It blew my mind. I was like, I thought there was only one way to eat a catfish, and you put him in grease, braid him up, and put him in grease. I've never ate
that's
filet.
That's the primary definition of fried fish.
To me in the South, I think that is the only way to cook. And I told her, I said, "No, ma'am, fry that baby. I want her fried." But how was it? Was it good?
Well, yeah, it was good. But you said you wanted it all grilled.
No, I was talking about the oysters or whatever and the shrimp.
Yeah.
I just, in my mind, I just assumed that when I said that, I was still getting that dang catfish fried. Because I've never ate no grilled catfish. I looked at the guys I was with. I said, "Y'all ever ate grilled catfish?" And they said, "I don't think so." I said, "I don't think so. I have either."
I will say there are better grilled fish than catfish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you?
It's good, but if you're going to say, "Hey, do you want grilled catfish or grilled grouper?" I'm going with grouper.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or actually grilled almost any fish. I'd rather have that.
Yeah.
What do we got going on here?
What's going on?
What's Jason watching? You on Pornhub again? Quit, man. We're doing a podcast.
Googling stuff.
Are you Googling? Where are you even seeing it at?
We apologize for this interruption here. Our producer Jason is
he's looking at grilled catfish.
I don't know what he's doing. I'm watching Martha Stewart cook over there or something. But anyway, on that note,
catfish.
Episode 3. Hopefully we have educated you on the level of gritness in the South, and I do want to do one of our next couple podcasts about the other grits. I want to talk about Southern ladies.
Yeah.
And how they differ.
Yeah.
And we'll be very respectful, but
yeah,
it's a thing. We will teach y'all.
Yeah, we got to be careful. We better tread some water right there.
Very, very tread lightly, but we're gonna have fun with it.
I guarantee you that'll be a good show.
All right, y'all. Thanks for episode 3. I'm done If you ever want to know more about grits, just drop us a line, send us a message on social media, and we'll reply with grit etiquettes.
There you go.
All right. Y'all be good.
See ya.
Thank y'all for listening. Please tune in to the rest of this train wreck of a saga.
Yes.
I roll for you. Not in that way.